Green team voted for Alexandra.
Okay, Alexandra. I'm sorry to tell you that you are not the biggest loser. Quick disclaimer, this reaction is to a extreme weight loss show that promotes extreme exercising and dieting. We do not encourage or promote extreme methods shown. Consult with a physician before beginning any weight loss plan. Welcome back to the Creation Motivation channel. I am at Lose and Maintain on there on creationmotivation.com. And today I am reviewing the next part of Biggest Loser, Season 8, Episode 2, Part 1. And this time it is Episode 2. Last time I got a little confused because I am breaking these episodes up in half, watching while I work out. And anything that stands out to me that's motivational or I notice that's interesting, I will add it to my list. So we're continuing on from the last episode. The last one, they voted out Alexandria. And by the way, spoilers, forgot to throw that in. Spoilers and also disclaimer, I don't condone their practices. There are some things that I personally don't believe are necessary for losing weight that I don't agree with, but there are other things that I do like that is motivational. I don't like the teamwork, backstabbing thing and the drama, but it is what it is. Everyone has their own opinions. I try to be neutral on it and just get some motivation from it. So they eliminated Alexandria, which was Julio's partner. And you didn't really see much of Alexandria, but what they showed in the last episode, she had the right mentality. She was strong. She was ready. She was excited. She was motivated. I bet she would have done so well. So I was a little upset by that. But at the same time, Julio is just starting out. And even though the other contestants were all kind of mad at him, everyone starts their journey a little differently. Some people do take a bit longer to get on track, get on board, get motivated. So you never know. He could change in an instant and be on it. I know for me and my journey, every time it's very difficult for me to just hop back into place, to just get back on the wagon. If I've fallen off, it does take some time and sometimes baby steps and slowly incorporating these new healthy habits. So maybe that's what's happening with him. I don't know. But all I know is the other contestants, some of them were not happy.
I know that the game involved eliminating people, but I don't know if I'll ever get over that. Sending that child home.
Honestly, Julio should not be here. And Julio, I feel like you don't even care that you only had a 13. At 407 pounds, you should be higher than 13.
They believed Alexandria should be there instead of him because he did slack quite a bit, apparently. And in this episode, later on, they're at the gym and he does slack again. And that brings me into the episode. They tell the contestants after the elimination that they are actually for this week, need to lose 150 pounds total. And if they do that, they'll actually have no elimination and they'll all be able to stay another week, which I actually found motivating. I kind of wish the entire show was based off this kind of principle instead of eliminating based on weekly weigh-ins, which there are a lot of fluctuations that happen week by week. Some people will have a big drop and then they won't have a big drop for another couple of weeks and then they'll have another big drop. So I thought that's kind of unfair that they base eliminations on this. And I really kind of like this way better where they base it on a group effort where they all work as a team and support each other. And it was just kind of a breath of fresh air compared to how it's done normally. I just wish it was like that in the future, but they all get to work together. They all have to match their calories up based on their body type, their height, what they need in and out every day. So they all kind of make a plan. You eat this amount of calories per day. You eat this amount of calories today. You have to exercise this amount of day. And everyone has to exercise a certain amount at different times and things like that. So that's why later on, I was talking about Julio. He comes to the gym. He kind of watches the others working out. And then he just leaves.
Oh, okay.
I am so frustrated right now. I'm working Sean's working, Liz is working, Danny's working, Daniel's working, Amanda's working. The rest of us need you, Julio, to pick it up.
But then he comes back way later. They make it seem like hours later. I don't know the truth in that, but he comes back way later and they're still exercising. And then he finally starts to do something. And the other contestants are just not happy with him. And it's a little bit much. There's got to be a bit of fairness. These people are just starting these plans, these huge changes. Okay, they're making them work out a ton more. And this is Biggest Loser. Biggest Loser, they make them work out so much. They make them change their eating drastically after, binging, probably a last second binge before starting. So I do see his side and I feel for him. Everyone takes a little while for it to click and their body get used to the new amount of activity they're having, and maybe later he will change, right? So then also Coach Mo is another contestant that I'm kind of connecting with. He's really motivating and inspiring as well. And he's kind of becoming like a coach of the group too. He was placed with Tracy, who you'll remember, I think she actually passed out and she was put in the hospital after that run they did, that first challenge. But he rounded up everyone and he was telling them that you need to have a game plan.
I'm going to say something, being the eldest in the house. I'm going to tell you something now. I've been a coach in football, basketball, track and field, you name it. I've just about coached at all kind of levels. And if you don't have a game plan, if you're not prepared to take this, you are in trouble. So the first thing that I think we need to do is, one, stay together as a team so we all can stay here one more week.
It's just so necessary because he has worked with teams and sports, and people who don't have a game plan never win or never make progress towards any of their goals. And there's a huge truth in that. If you have no plan, if you don't change, if you're just super optimistic and motivated, yeah, that's good. But if you don't have a plan and actual steps to take towards those goals, then you're not going to get anywhere. You're just going to stay stuck. So he was focused on this week. He wants everyone to stay. He wants this team effort and this 150-pound goal. And he tells them all, let's make a plan. And that's how they come to the plan, where everyone has to work out a certain amount per day and eat a certain calorie level, which kudos to that. And he goes ahead and visits Tracy as well later in the episode. And I am just so confused. I really want to know what happened to her. I'm assuming it was heat stroke or heat exhaustion of some kind of heat-related incident, because she did pass out, but they kept her a long time. They didn't specify the amount of time. It must have been a week or maybe a couple days. I don't know the exact number, but I just really wanted to know what happened to her, because when she did come back to the ranch, she told everyone that it was big. And Bob asked her, how are you feeling? And they kind of tiptoed around it. They never said exactly what it was, but the trainer, Bob, did tell her, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to work out as much as everyone else.
Freaking you out.
To no end, because I, of course, want to be with everyone else.
Yep.
And I don't like to be behind.
Obviously, that's why you pushed yourself so hard on the very first challenge. You're not going to be able to get the workouts in like everyone else is going to be, because the doctor's not giving you the go for the workouts that everyone else is doing.
Because of what happened to her, which they never say exactly what happened to her. Maybe they'll talk about it later. I don't know, but it did give me vibes. I'm also watching Biggest Loser Australia. It's a little bit more out there. They did have 2 contestants that are also injured in season 3, and one of them has heart problems, and he actually is not allowed to participate in the game monetarily at all. He has to just be a team member, and he can only walk or walk fast, but his heart rate cannot get over a certain level. And that's how they handled that. I don't know how they're going to handle Tracy. I don't know what kind of issues she has. They don't talk about it. If it is a heart-related issue, I would hope that they do something similar to Biggest Loser Australia, but it is what it is. So they talked to one of the teams, and it was the second week only, and she was really overstressing about it. And she was saying, I only lost 8 pounds the first week. How am I going to lose 10 pounds this week or something like that? And she was really freaking out about it. And Bob was like, well, it's only week 2. You shouldn't be stressing out too much, because if you stress out too much, how are you going to be in week 14? And it's so true. Sometimes we tend to overworry. I know I do, especially in the beginning. And it's like, you're so far in the beginning. Why are you worrying about later on in the end game? And why are you overstressing so much like you would be when you're closer to your goal? It's best to just, in the beginning, get things going, take baby steps, slow and steady, figure out what is working for you and work towards that. And she's already really high on the fence, freaking out about it. But yeah, I really love this whole working together thing. I really love how both trainers are working with the teams instead of being split teams.
These circuits are going to go for 90 seconds. Week 2, to me, has always just been like, we're going to have to get crazy. 45 more seconds right here, you guys.
Where it's Bob with one team and Jillian with the other. They have both of them working with them, both of them giving them nutrition advice, both of them doing workouts with them. They mentioned that Jillian was doing a lot of the nutrition, but I think they're going to switch back and forth. But it's really the best of both worlds, and it just seems more fair overall. And like I said, I really, really wish they would switch to this. It would be like a team effort every week. They all work together to try not to be eliminated, and then at the end, maybe base the elimination off something else where someone wasn't working enough on the team, or I don't know, something a little more fair than just, oh, well, you worked so hard this week, but you happened to only lose a couple pounds, so unfortunately, you're going to be on the chopping block. And I don't know, that just seems unfair. And it seemed unfair for Alexandria because she really, really worked hard, and we don't know. We don't know if she overate or what happened, or if it's just her time of the month or her hormones are out of whack. But so that also was talking about the importance of journaling. Jillian was talking about food journaling and how to have better nutrition and meal prep ahead of time, because doing things ahead of time really helps you out in the end. I know it does for me. I don't meal prep a hardcore like other people where they'll cook giant batches of food, but I do plan ahead. I will write out what I'm going to eat for the week, or I'll have healthy snacks bought in bulk that are easy to get. My thing is, I don't like a lot of work in the kitchen. I like to prep. I'd rather prep in a time where I have energy and I'm able to and get it all ready. And that way, when the time comes to make it, if I happen to be really sore from a workout, or really tired for some reason, or feeling sick, or have a headache or a migraine or whatever, that way it's actually super easy to just grab something out of the fridge and just pop it in the microwave or just munch on it, because it's so true that you'll have more energy in different times of the day. Maybe around 10 a.m. you're free and you have a moment to take 20 minutes to prep a bunch of stuff out, and that'll last you for the week, or take an hour even to cook a bunch of meals. And that way later, instead of spending an hour a day in the kitchen at night cooking, or 40 minutes or 30 minutes, which will add up to more, you'll save time in the long run. And if you're tired, that saves you energy as well. And it really helps you keep on track. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. That was about all for this part of the episode. They did a food challenge as well, which had a lot of good nutritional info, but that actually helped them to earn 15 pounds benefit. So instead of having to lose 150, they only have to lose 135 total. So we'll see what happens in the next part, which I'll get to eventually. I'm hoping that Tracy will be able to participate. I'm hoping Julio will turn it around. I really don't like the drama. I mean, drama's entertaining, right? But I love it when they just are working as a team and making progress together. But that's not a good reality show, right? But yeah, so I'm going to wrap it up here. I hope you're having a motivating day. Have a great day. Happy goal getting. Have a good one. Bye-bye.